running on the new Zenfone AR. So this is the dressing room app by Gap. And what it has in here is a panel here for a few different types of clothing. And one of the things I want to mention is that shopping for clothing or making the clothing shopping experience has generally been notoriously difficult. When you look at a thumbnail of images like this on the phone or on a website, it's really hard to get a sense for exactly how well the garment will lay on the form and how the clothing will drape and the sizing and fit as Jeff described. And so what's unique about this experience is that it dramatically improves the shopping experience that we feel like that can be made for clothing. So rather than just stick with these 2D mocks where we have female and male clothing, I can say, let's start shopping for some shorts. I know it's wintertime, but say we're planning for like a resort trip to get away from the cold weather, and I need a new pair of shorts. So what I can do is I can take this second item, which is the side striped shorts. I tap on it and drag it to the carpet, and it's going to ask me for, well, what's my body size? And I'm very much on the sort of extra large side of things. But when I press try it on, it actually loads a 3D mannequin that actually represents my body type. And this is actually using Gap's accurate fit model that they use when they're designing clothes. Now, the neat thing about the tracking that we provide is that we can actually look at the garment from different angles. And he's registered there on stage kind of as though he's in front of me, and he's accurate in terms of physical size. So if I come down here, I can actually look at the details on the shorts, and I can even get up close to some of the stitching. And I'm not actually very big on short shorts, so I actually like to have my shorts go a little bit below the knee. And so I can move it to extra large, and I can see how the garment changes in length and fit as I choose these different options. So say I'm shopping for something for my wife. So let's drag over this other dress, and it loads a female model. This is a mixed print split neck top. But my wife actually isn't a size 10 as this model loaded up by default. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this to change the body type and change it down to size 2, which is closer to the size of my wife. And it loads in a new model that's a little bit smaller. And you can see that the clothing is actually represented with all of its folds and creases. But what's really important to know is that what's interesting that Gap and Avametric did is that this is not a handcrafted 3D model. This actually takes Gap's CAD designs for their clothing, and Avametric uses physics simulation from this special effects industry to actually simulate how the clothing will fit on this particular model. And so this doesn't have to require hours and hours of professional modeling time. It's simply a computer simulation of the physics. And so when I change the size of the shirt, it shows how it fits. But the difference between the small and the extra small is noticeable because when I have the small up, you can see that it hides a lot of the contours of the mannequin. When I press on the extra small, which is more appropriate for this particular mannequin size, it fits much better on the mannequin and shows much more contour of the body. And so all of these things help provide consumers more confidence that the item that they're actually going to commit to purchase is really the one that they really want. And of course, you can see there's a purchase button on the bottom of the screen. So let's take another look at another interesting feature of this, which is just being able to compare multiple sizes at the same time. So this is loading up a model for a large male figure, and we're looking at the t-shirt. But I'm shopping for my brother, who's a little bit smaller than me. This is a model that I can rotate sideways. But what I can do is I can press on the plus button, and what it will do is actually create a duplicate model with the same garment. What I can do is I can tap on this model and say, put a medium on this one, and put an extra large on this one. And you can already see the difference between how tight the fabric appears to be on that particular model. And this is a result of the work that Avametric does with the physics simulation. And this is something that you actually can't really do in real life, because you can't actually copy your body twice and view yourself under two different shirt types. But since these are digital figures, we can show sort of a virtual showroom in front of us. So this is a dressing room by Gap.